Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Are you ready?
All right, guys. Welcome to another episode of Voice of Fan Sportscast. I'm your host, Ben Reynolds. We have Taylor Gatwood and Professor Flowers and RC in the house day after Super Bowl. What's going on, fellas?
What's up, fellas?
Getting back into the groove. What's up?
Back into it, man. Back into it. So the Super Bowl play yesterday. It was a pretty good game. More than less to the very end. But, of course, everybody got to have something to say about the game and their nitpicks and what they hate and what they love about it. So that's what we're going to do. Stop into the Super Bowl and see and just talk about, two great teams battling out. And, of course, the Chiefs pulling it out the end. So if you live on a rock and you don't know who won the game, the Chiefs beat the Eagles 38-35. So, Flowers, what did you think of this performance in the Super Bowl?
Man, as I stated a couple of days ago, I had a feeling you couldn't just go with Philly, man, and just something about Kansas City was just peeping through the window, man, and it just prevailed. I'm not going to just talk about the game and whole. I mean, we all seen the game. I feel like, we don't got to go back and forth. We probably just hit on some main spots. But I know everybody probably wants to talk about the controversy at the end, right? I'm torn as far as I feel like Bradbury allowed himself to get into the position to be called for that penalty. Of course, he's not grabbing his jersey, but I think people need to understand that contact is allowed within 5 yards, of the line of scrimmage. But in Bradbury's case, he had his arm or his hand wrapped around Juju. Okay, first couple of seconds, they'll let it go. But as the route progressed, he still had his hand on him. And I understand that he wasn't holding him, but it's the concept of what the refs see.
Mm-hmm.
And they threw the flag. Bradbury doesn't do that. Juju's not getting to that ball. They kick a field goal. And of course, I'm disappointed in the fact of the matter that we wanted to see Jalen Hurts with 1 minute and 20 seconds left to have a chance, a fair shot, an opportunity, because they didn't call anything the whole game. Nothing, to that significance. But it was sad in that case, but I just don't want to. I hate that we have to talk about this because the game was so great. I talk to people that they don't even watch football. They say, "Man, I watched the whole game." So it's sad that we have to have this conversation about the referees and all. But on another note, Andy Reid and the coaching staff I coached Sirianni and his coaching staff in the second half, point blank period. I'll move on.
Yep, pretty much, man. The Eagles didn't do what they needed to do in the second half. It seemed like they didn't make any adjustments. They're like, shoot, it's working in the first half. Let's keep going. Like, no, man. You see, they start getting exploit in the middle of the field. Like, Flowers, what did we talk about? What was that Friday? We said the middle field. The middle of the field. That was a main concern.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened when Mahomes finally got his I don't know, his bearings, he was able to just pick apart the secondary. Kelsey, I don't know if they was playing man. It seemed like they was in a zone. Then once he cleared a certain level, they'll push him off to another defender. That
Mm-hmm.
would
They
seem
were
like they was
shading.
doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's stupid, man. I would just rather just let that defender hang all over Kelsey. And just bracket him. That's what I would do because that's what Kelsey feasted in the middle of the field.
Let me tell you something I would do. Just side note. If Kelsey is on the line of scrimmage with his hand in the dirt, I'm putting the linebacker over him and I'm putting the end over him. And you hit him as soon as the ball snapped to get him off of his element, or at least try to. You cannot let Kelsey run free.
Exactly. And what do Kelsey always do when he line up when his hand in the dirt? He always act like he's blocking. Like I'm standing at a block.
Now he did, but he chipped.
Out.
He chipped.
He chilled. He was chilled, but he eventually leaks out every time. I just don't understand. Like, that's his gimmick. He always act like he's gonna be playing along line scrimmage, then all of a sudden he's turned the field or he just come an outlet for Patrick Mahomes.
Big player make big plays.
Maybe it plays. Gatwood, what did you think about this game?
I felt like the Eagles were in control of the game most of the game. I mean, they were controlling the time of possession from the first half. And then in the second half, it's just like their defense just wasn't there. There were two touchdowns they had. The Chiefs had that the players were wide open in the flats. I think I saw those. I was like, why is there somebody wide open every time? And it wasn't a pick play either. Like, they weren't making contact. They were just wide open in the flats. It just seems like Flowers said, they got out coached in the second half. I know it came down to that controversial call or whatever, but it would have never got to that point if their coaching would have been better.
All right, Sam, I want to ask you this: what were the Eagles secondary scared of?
Man, I want to interject, man. I saw a video early in the week, and I thought maybe Debo and Ayuk were being salty. And they said if Purdy would have played, we were going to be able to exploit their back end. I'm like, I don't know about that. But he was like, we would have been able to exploit their back end. I'm thinking that's just lost to the team, being salty, being biased. And then I saw it in the game. If that defensive line don't get no pass rush, it's fair game. I'm talking about, we just saying Kelsey was the only one open. But I saw Tony open. Juju was running open. They were cutting like deer out there. So I think, that they neutralized that. I've never seen a team who had 70 sacks or let alone 50 plus sacks, but 70 sacks and you don't touch this guy. Like, that was they say it was a great offensive line performance, but I believe, I wouldn't really watch the interaction between the offense and defensive line, but that's just unheard of, man, that nobody got near Mahomes. But I think, that back end probably been that way all year. They just ain't been tested, and they got tested.
But what surprised me though, that the Eagles, they usually play some sort of man. It seemed like they were like in a like a man type zone coverage. From what it looked, it just
could have been half and half.
Yeah,
I
don't like that. I didn't like that, man. Like, you got two Pro Bowl corners. Well, I don't know, Bradbury, he was in the running. I don't know if he got officially in. But why not match up? Why not match up?
Think about the time that they did go man across the board and Mahomes took off for 25 yards.
Or think about the time, the first touchdown for Kelsey. It's Bradbury out there. It was Slay. It was Slay. And I think he made his Slay with a D. It was a nice route. Got open. Didn't.
I don't like that matchup.
Myself, man, and I think we need to start giving. If you got a great D line, we can play corner. All of us.
No doubt.
70 sacks, bro. That mean that ball coming out of there when it ain't supposed to come out of there. So, and I believe the Chiefs saw it on film. We saw it live on television.
Let me ask far as this: do you think the Eagles should have brought blitz, not knowing that the D line wasn't getting home?
They brought it.
Sure did.
They got burnt.
You called
it.
Flowers called it, and he called it.
So you saying you were just stopped after that?
I mean, when they brought it, they got burnt. Look, this is just, it was like chess and checkers in the second half with Andy Reid against Gannon. I just think I feel like the Eagles just got exposed. As far as like we've been telling you, we've been wondering. I mean, if you go back and look at the numbers, the good quarterbacks the Eagles played against, everybody put up points on them.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be honest about that. You know, even though they had 70 sacks, a lot of that was against. I mean, look who they played against all year. And I'm not discrediting anything the Eagles did, but when you play somebody like Kansas City, and Kansas City did the little things. I watched the offense, defensive lines, of course.
Yeah.
Fletcher Cox and all them, those guys. My thing was I was more worried about the edges, of course. I wasn't worried about the interior. Like I said, Mahomes could step up and manipulate the pocket, which he did.
Mm-hmm.
The edges, they had tight ends stay in, chip. The running backs would stay in and chip. Running backs will leak out, open in the flats. Chinko sitting out in the flat, he was right there.
That was the
McKinnon,
key. He was the key. Pacheco.
small things. They ran the ball well. Like we've seen people run the ball against Philly all year. It's everything that we've seen. Just Kansas City just put everything together and it just turned out. And Philly stalled. Philly stalls, and they stalled somewhat throughout the year in particular spots. It happened. Can't do that against Kansas City.
So Ben, you saw the same thing I saw. That looked like the number one defense to you.
I mean, the D line making them number one defense.
Wait a minute. Listen,
I'm just saying, like the D line, like you said,
I've been telling you, my front end better, my linebackers better, my secondary better. I had a Pro Bowl on each level. They got 70 sacks on your D line. That means you're staying in third and long, second and long.
Look, you know what?
Playing with a lead.
You know what the 49ers and Eagles all have in common?
What is it?
They both lost to Patrick Mahomes. So
of course. But listen, they lose to him in the Super Bowl. I believe we would play the Eagles. My point is, we'd have played the Eagles. Y'all have saw this before. If we would have got a chance to play them with our quarterback healthy, you'd have saw this before the Super Bowl. They still might have ended up in the Super Bowl. But then there's also a glaring stat where it's like I was noticing where they stopped running the ball. The Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
They was
Jalen Hurts.
And they just all of a sudden Jalen started playing take more football. You just chunking it down the field.
Yeah, you just start taking it. Yeah.
You got.
I would like to see Miles Sanders get more involved.
Yep.
Yeah, I like to see Miles Sanders get more catches. I don't think he had not one catch. He might have one catch. He had 0 catches. I
didn't recall seeing him too much.
I know he had like 20 yards rushing.
One. I think he dropped one. I want to say he had.
Yeah,
he dropped that one. He dropped it. Yeah, he dropped that one.
Almost a fumble.
Yeah, he had. Yeah, that one target. He had that one target, 0 catches. See, that's why I was complaining about in the chat that, man, like, where's giving Gainwell and Sanders in space? That's like you saw the Chiefs doing it very well again. McKinnon, Tony, Checo, they get them guys in space. You gotta create something for your explosive guys, your S factors. That's why they call S factors. Cause you put them in space, you don't know what's gonna happen. They can create a simple 5-yard catch to a 30 plus. So I think they were keen on Jalen. I know Jalen, he balled out, man.
Special. He was special.
But I feel like they were like, all right, they pulled the Lamar Jackson effect.
Listen, I want to say this. Jalen changed my mind last night about who he is as a quarterback. But I think my issue with this offense that they run, and I think it's derailed a lot of NFL quarterback careers. I'm gonna start with Tim Couch and others, and Tim Tebow and Cam Newton and RG3 and Tyrod Taylor. Names I'm throwing out. When they came into the National Football League, they wanted to change them into pocket passers. If you build an offense around what I'm good at, I think Dak Prescott would be perfect in the Eagles offense because they're gonna let him be Dak Prescott. They're gonna let him run the ball with the power. He'll be able to get in the run game. Like I think he can do the same thing Jalen is doing. And don't ask him to be Dan Marino or Drew Brees or Tom Brady. Drop back 50 times. Let him play off of play action. Let him be, use his feet. I think this is the era of football. This is what those guys wish they could have done. Like I said it last night in one of the chats. I was like, Tebow can run this offense. He's like, you crazy. I'm like, listen, look what Jalen Hurts is doing. He's running with the football, and then he throws the ball. It's play action down the field. Jalen arm ain't that much stronger than Tim Tebow's arm. Jalen actually the last play of the game, he tried to throw the ball to the end zone. Like that ball died quick. So my thing is, I'm not saying that Jalen. I'm not discrediting Jalen. I just like the Eagles' offensive coordinator, which is your new coach. He catered to his offense, his quarterback, and it worked in Jalen's favor this year. I mean, he looked good.
That was that costly fumble that spotted the Chiefs 7 points. Cause the game was getting out of hand.
Yeah,
the game. I feel like the game was on the verge of being bust wide open until Jalen had that costly fumble. He just said slipped,
bro.
I mean,
let me tell you something about Mahomes. The game was never over. Every time Mahomes got the ball, he scored.
But they was on the job to be 2 scores up.
Yeah, but
I don't think it would have mattered, bro.
It don't.
You don't think so? They won by 3 points. I think that's a huge turnover.
I mean,
but I'm telling you,
of course it was huge, but it was still a lot of game left.
And they killed.
I feel like you know what? I feel like it would have been more pressure on the Chiefs.
Mahomes can handle it, bro.
That mean you could not have a 4 and out.
Bro,
that mean you gonna have to score.
He had a perfect passer rating in the second half.
So check this out.
That was before the second half, though.
I mean, a perfect QBR, excuse me.
Yeah, that was before the second. That's what I'm saying, though. If they would carry over to the second half, I think they'd have been.
That's being down 10. So what's the difference being down 10-17 to Patrick Mahomes? We gotta be real.
Look at 2 plays.
Points matter.
Look at 2 plays in this game. Jalen throws into double coverage twice. He throws into double coverage twice. And this is what I think I was trying to tell somebody about. Is it Jalen Hurts or is the weapons? Because if we give Lamar Jackson these same weapons where I could just literally play Tecmo Bowl, just throw it up he threw it up into double coverage. This guy ran out of the double coverage and caught the ball. Then the second time, he threw the simple slant, the Jimmy Garoppolo slant, and AJ is making plays after that slant. So, man, listen, I'm talking about. Everybody looks good with weapons, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. That's
why I feel like Lamar Jackson had a fair chance of an offense actually being built around him.
Yeah. Them catches Dallas God.
He won MVP. Look, that's what I'm saying. Lamar Jackson won MVP without weapons.
Without weapons.
Bunch of tight ends.
With a tight end throwing. Mark Andrews averaging 10 catches a game.
The only difference between Jalen, Lamar, and Dak is Dak turns the ball over. The other 2 guys.
Man, that's just recently.
That's Dak. Bro, listen, you don't throw 19 interceptions and it's just an accident. You need to fix something.
The ones he throw to are terrible.
It's just recently. That's 1 year out of how many years, guys?
But listen,
that's 1 year out of how
many years. I guarantee he averages between 13 or 14 interceptions a year. You want to look it up?
I already gave y'all that stat.
Go ahead to the next segment.
It wasn't double digits most of the time. But anyway, Patrick Mahomes. We'll talk about Patrick Mahomes and where will you stack him right now? Everybody's saying he's already in the Hall of Fame. That he's almost on his way to surpass Tom Brady. Where y'all have Patrick Mahomes right now?
He's scared right now, bro.
He got two rings and he got 2 season MVPs and 2 Super Bowl MVPs. I think he's the only 3rd quarterback.
AFC championships.
Yes. He's the 3rd quarterback to do that.
3 Super Bowl games, 2-1. I say, of course he's what? Everybody want to put him in the top 5 right now. I just feel like I'd rather wait. I don't like just crowning people too early.
He's still young. It's still a lot to go.
He's a Hall of Famer. Come on. He's won 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah,
he's a Hall of Famer. But where he's on the list right now, greatest of all time. Well, and people will probably say, the talent, he's top 3. But I don't want to sit here and say he's the greatest, the best quarterback I've ever seen in my life.
That's saying he
Not
on
right
his
now.
way. They
Yeah,
said
he on his way.
No, bro.
some people already have him top 5, which is crazy. It was just I
Let me
won't
tell
call it
you.
crazy, but they already got him
Nick
top
Wright.
5.
I've never seen anybody talk so much like about Patrick Mahomes. Nick Wright has him at number 2.
Jesus.
Number 2, dang.
I believe it's
You should.
unfair. I believe it's
Mhm.
unfair. I believe we are prisoners, not us. People are prisoners of the moment.
Mhm.
Can y'all imagine how hard it was playing quarterback in the 80s, 90s,
Yes.
2000s? You know, think about the numbers that Jerry Rice put up against a safety coming across the middle of the field. Think about the numbers that Brady, Montana, Steve Young, these guys put up crazy numbers against great defenses.
They can
Like,
play defense.
Right.
right. You got to think about it, man. The Super Bowl, even though it was a penalty, it ended
Mhm.
on a defensive player making the wrong play. You know, he held, but they consistently didn't call it all game. Been getting away with it probably. Nobody plays a perfect defense or offense, and that's basically what we saw last night. It was a clean game. Nobody did nothing wrong. You know that's impossible.
It was
But
kind of
Mhm.
weird.
it was so. My point is when you see them saying the one thing Mahomes got working against him, he's been to 5 AFC Championship games. Okay, he got 2 Super Bowl rings. So
Yeah.
guess what? That's 5. You got 2. That means your age. Everybody's aging. Now, what I mean by that is everybody's maturing, getting better. So you think he gonna go to 5 more? See, Brady went to 10 Super Bowls. Brady went to. You got to think about that, man. Like, you getting hurt now. You know, you're getting hurt. You're getting
Yeah,
dinged
you're
up.
right about
So
that. You're right
you
about
think
that.
Burrow, Allen, Justin Herbert, Russell Wilson with Sean Payton now? I mean, you think these teams just going to lay down and let you keep walking? No. If he was in the
Mhm.
NFC, possibly. Brady was in the AFC with some very bad teams. You
Yeah.
know,
Very bad
so
division.
He
and
went on a
Brady,
stretch too now, the way he didn't go to no Super Bowl too. So you gotta remember that too now. A
yeah, and
long,
see,
9-10 year stretch.
I don't see nobody. I don't care what the hell they taking. They're not gonna have the longevity that Brady and LeBron is having in their career. This is an admiration. You can put a star beside this. You'll never see that again because,
Mhm.
like, even though they're not getting hit as much, it's just these dudes walking on this artificial turf, just blowing their knees out. Just freakish accidents happen. So, and then you got to be good for a long time. I don't think Mahomes gonna be good for a long time.
I feel like some of the AFC teams are catching up to the Chiefs. It's just Andy Reid's a mastermind, so he keeping it fresh,
And that's
and
another
that's
thing.
why the teams can't really figure it out because they keeping stuff fresh. They bringing in new system, new packages,
And the Reed,
new
64 years
plays.
old too. And the Reed,
And
64 years old.
he was thinking about retirement.
He's gonna coach. You don't leave a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes unless it's serious. He needs to retire because of his health or God forbid all that. But I
Mm.
would think it had to be something drastic for Andy Reid to retire. I can see him coaching 3 to 5 more years, and then all the draft capital they got.
Mhm.
They won Super Bowls with all these rookies playing.
10.
They're set up, to be there.
Mm.
Let's say that they're set up to be there.
Yeah.
As far as them continuing to win it, like you say, these teams are coming strong, and like you say, people get older. Teams are getting younger and better. Some teams are having
Especially
to
that
reset.
division.
Hmm.
That division they in right now. Oh my word! If Raiders just can figure it out, especially if they get Aaron Rodgers, I don't know why Aaron Rodgers will go to NFC West. I mean, AFC
He's
West, guys
going.
already
Mhm.
stacked. But dang, they'd be legit if they just get a defense. They'd be Super Bowl ready. So Gatwood, all the Patrick Mahomes hype, you down with it? You a firm believer that he's on his way to surpass Tom Brady?
I wouldn't say that, but he's a great quarterback. I mean, I'm not going to discredit him, but you can't put him in that conversation yet. I mean, that's 5 rings away. And like RC said, Tom Brady's been to 10. He had the longevity. I mean, who knows? Mahomes can get hurt. Obviously, I don't want him to, but I'm just saying, you never know what's going to happen in people's
Mhm.
career over time.
That's true. That's true. It's just like Patrick Mahomes is aggravating because he's a nice guy, but you really don't want to root for him because just I don't know, it's just something about him
He
and his
turned into the
family.
bad guy. That's what
Yeah,
it
his
is, man.
family. He got a little cockiness now.
He reminds me of
And
Curry, kind of in the NBA. Like Curry, I don't know. He
yeah,
reminds me of Curry.
really,
But
yeah.
I think what you have been honest. You have been honest because you struggle with greatness, man. Like it's hard for you to watch greatness. Like with me, I wanted to discredit Jalen Hurts because of Purdy. I'm like, they want to big up Jalen Hurts from stuff that Purdy was doing in 7 games. You know, they give Purdy the Rookie of the Year, which he should have got the Rookie of the Year. But I'm like, both of these guys have all this talent around them, and they're both smart enough to get the ball to where it needs to go. But I think with Mahomes, he exceeded all expectations. Like he wasn't expected to do what he's doing. And then it's like he reinventing football before our eyes. Like he does stuff. He makes the plays. Like that run he had.
Yes.
Like he was
That
running.
run.
Like, he was
He
running
was
like
running
a
away
dog
from
was chasing.
Reddick and them boys. Yeah.
I mean, he was running like a dog was chasing him, man. He put the head down. It's funny because he's got this big old helmet and he leans it forward. And he's running like he's it's like a video game something like. And I'm like, dude, this dude wants to win at all costs. He did, and watching Jalen, same thing. Jalen wanted to win.
Yes.
And it just so happened Chiefs had the ball last. But
it was unfortunate that holding call, which I think they shouldn't have thrown the flag on. Cut the ball wasn't catchable. Whatever happened to back in the day where if the ball's not catchable, it's not a flag. Where is there still a rule?
But you saw
heard that call.
It's still a rule.
Mahomes got
I haven't heard it called in a long time. Huh?
Mahomes got up pointing like this. Guarantee you it's gonna be a call. It was like,
that's wild though, bro. They're like
crazy.
I haven't heard uncatchable ball in like 5 years or something like that. That ball was uncatchable. He just threw it up there and he got a flag, which is unfortunate.
Nobody wants to see the Super Bowl end. Nobody wants to see the Super Bowl end in a flag.
Yeah, no. You cannot not call a flag the whole game. Then you call a flag on a tic-tac play like that. Like it didn't. For me, it feel like it didn't cause him to be misdirected on his route. I feel like it didn't cause anything for him to come out there. I don't know what he ran like a hook.
It did.
Was that? It was like a dig. He ran a dig. So it felt like he was just late coming out the dig.
Every time
wear some white gloves, Bradbury.
So anyway, Patrick Mahomes came out and said this about Jalen. He said if there was any doubters left, there shouldn't be now.
But listen, man, check this out. I think Mahomes is something to this with the National Football League. Like I don't believe in the script stuff, but I do believe their officiating dictates the outcome of the game. Do you realize Mahomes in 2 Super Bowls he played? Now we're not counting Tampa Bay. We know what that defense was, but he played against DeForest Buckner, Eric Armstead, Nick Bosa, and D Ford. Then the other defensive line was Hakeem Reddick, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, Robert Quinn, and Ndamukong Suh, and nobody touched. Not one holding call. So when we talk about greatness now, are these players as great as we think they are, or are they as privileged? Because you gotta have a passing of the mantle. You gotta have a passing of the guard. Like not discrediting his ability, but you can't tell me. I said this last night. If you're gonna let Lane Johnson lean back, then he can block Lawrence Taylor. He going that quick, he can block Lawrence Taylor. I'm talking about, bro. Listen, Hakeem Reddick he gets shot out of a cannon. Last night it looked like he was stuck in the blocks because you can't get you big. I think the other guy moved. I think the left tackle is Johnson. Who the guy on the other side? Mulata is his name.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They got a good offensive line, but we ain't talking about Willie Rowe. We ain't talking about Orlando Pace. And then you're not, bro. Y'all gotta understand, man. Mahomes and Jalen Hurts last night, pretty much. That was just like I've never seen 2 defenses look more lost. Both defenses look lost. And so.
But I expected more from the Chiefs than the Eagles. It was just.
They're putting up crazy numbers because the game is just not a balanced game right now, man. It's not a balanced game.
It's one
So,
side.
so
Offense.
Flower.
What's up?
So you think that people shouldn't say anything about Jalen? Like, let's put everything to bed. Let's put it to rest. He's a baller, and he deserves his respect.
I would say give Jalen some credit. From year 1 to year 2, this is probably one of the craziest jumps I've ever seen. Over 65%. I think we've
I
had
saw
this
it in him.
conversation with me saying about elite quarterbacks, they have to be over 65%. He does that. I like his poise. The thing about Jalen Hurts, and I've seen it since he's been in college, his work ethic and his attitude is what's going to carry him a very long way in this league because he believes, he wants to win, and he will do everything required to make himself better. Jalen Hurts is
I
a
think
star.
What you say you got with?
I think he's the best leader in the NFL. Like I think if I wanted a guy running my team or be the leader of my team, I'd want Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna find out how good he is though, because his offense coordinator just went to Indianapolis. Now listen to me. Nick Sirianni got called out early this year and got called out right before he goes to the Super Bowl that he just on the boat. He ain't driving it. We're gonna find out if he can coach, because if he tries to deviate from what Jalen is doing, we're gonna all be able to know, right? Because I mean, if he tries to, if he brings in the OC and the OC says, well, you know what, I think Jalen's a superstar. Let's make him drop back 50 times. We're gonna know it's gonna be a smooth drop off because that's not who he is, it's not what he do. So let's see if Sirianni can keep it basic. Yeah, it's a very basic offense. It's nothing that looks like, he ain't up there, kill. Johnson, he ain't doing none of that. He going there. It's the play call. And then look, do you see him come out of play action or when he gets the ball? He's standing back there for a long time. He's going through because that offensive line is giving him opportunity. Let's see what it looks like when something happens with adversity, because I think he's driving the asking price up for Lamar Jackson.
Yep. Big time.
Lamar's like, hey, man, this dude did that with weapons. I ain't do that with weapons, but I did that. I'm an MVP without weapons. Y'all got to pay me.
I heard a number Lamar threw out today. I think it's true. I don't know how true this is, but they say he wanted 235 guaranteed.
Dang.
Bro, listen. He just know who's gonna give it to him, Ben, and we all in trouble. Peace up, A-Town down. Atlanta gonna give it to him. Watch. Atlanta gonna give it to him. And y'all gonna be ready your division, son. He gonna be ready. He gonna be ready. Hey, listen, Atlanta gonna either make a trade, because they can get rid of Ritter and the picks.
Top pick.
Yeah, got Ritter. I don't feel like Ritter gonna be anything.
I don't see another team in the National Football League that got the capital.
The Jets, maybe.
Yeah, Jets. I don't know. I don't think the Jets are willing.
I would think they trade Lamar to an NFC team because they would want to see him every 4 years or the Super Bowl. They wouldn't want us to have to see him every other year.
Right.
Yeah, it would have to be a franchise that's not doing very well.
Panthers,
there won't be no in the middle.
I was just about to say the Panthers.
Panthers got a lot of draft capital. Buccaneers, guys. What? Kyle Trask is taking over the Rams in Tampa Bay. He's in this Tom Brady.
I'll tell you another team to look out for. They're going to be really active when it comes to quarterbacks, the Seahawks. They're quarterback away. If Geno gets to acting crazy, want a lot of money.
They got draft capital to trade for
Lamar right now.
That'd be scary.
That's scary.
It would.
Metcalf and Lockett with Lamar. That'd be nice.
DK and Tyler Lockett.
Kenneth Walker.
That'll be something to see, that's for sure. But so the Super Bowl odds for next year came out. Chiefs are at 600 plus, Bills at 850, Eagles at 900, 49ers at 900, Bengals at 900, Cowboys at 1,500, Chargers at 2,500, Ravens at 2,500, Green Bay at 3,000, and Buccaneers at 3,000.
So are we doing a prediction right now?
3,500. 3,500. Buccaneers at 3,500.
Where y'all at? What the Saints at?
Early prediction.
Man, if they got the Buccaneers at 3,500, we gotta at least be right behind them. There's no way they got Buccaneers at 3,500 in top 10.
Quarterback away.
Super Bowl.
They're quarterback away. They can Jimmy G it, Derek Carr. You right there.
Jimmy G ain't they
have
a mess.
They're like 27,000.
So are we doing early prediction? Let's pick, each one of us pick 2 teams who we think will be in the Super Bowl next year.
From that, let's say from that top 10 list. Pick a team from that top 10 list.
Yeah.
I say
or the matchup.
We'll just say pick 2 teams that probably go to Super Bowl from that top 10 list.
Matchup,
Guys,
yeah.
I think it's more AFC teams than NFC teams in this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 teams that possibly from the AFC that I'm looking at it probably go are the Bills or Bengals.
Most definitely the Bengals.
That's
I'm picking the matchup right now. I'm getting the matchup.
Yeah, you can go ahead and get
Listen.
You better place a bet.
The NFL has a script right now going. Randy Reed couldn't win a Super Bowl for years, and all of a sudden now he's kicking. He's a guru. He's kicking rocks. He's winning Super Bowls. My 49ers going to get over the hump. They're going to play the Bengals in the Super Bowl. Score going to be 33-17 in Las Vegas. And we
with Purdy or Jimmy G?
Huh?
With Purdy or Jimmy G?
It don't matter. It be you. You just make sure you don't get hurt. Don't get hurt, man.
All right. See, I have one thing over Jimmy G and Purdy: longevity. I never missed a game.
Come on.
Never missed a game.
Listen, at this point, I just need somebody to be up. Like, just don't get hurt, bro.
I know how to slide, RC. I know how to slide. I know how to get down.
You can give me that kid out of Baltimore, Huntley. Is his name? What's his name?
He's a Pro Bowler. You getting a Pro Bowler?
Come on, I'll take you.
Flowers, what teams do you think from that list? They had the Cowboys at 6. That's yes. I ain't taking them though.
Mm-mm. Right now, I probably would say the Chiefs and the 49ers. Right now,
the Chiefs going back.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Bro,
dang, that's back to back.
That's
Patrick Mahomes' money, and we gotta understand this too. I'm gonna say this to be done with it. Patrick Mahomes' money, he's what with the second, third highest pay right now. That's just gonna drop. It'll be from the 3rd to the 5th to the 9th. I'm telling you, man, the Chiefs they gonna make moves. They sneaky. As long as they got Mahomes and Reed, like they got a chance.
What about you, Gatwood?
Yeah, I'm with RC. I'm with Bengals and Niners.
Y'all, that's the matchup y'all sitting on from the AFC and NFC.
I want to see a full season of McCaffrey with the Niners. I think they're gonna have a great.
I don't
year.
know. You want to see a full season?
Why not?
I mean, like you said, you can still plug in a lot.
He have trouble footing the field.
Got Elijah Mitchell.
You got too many running backs, man.
Yeah, Elijah Mitchell, he had trouble finishing full season too.
All we gotta do is keep 3
revolving door. Look, that's what y'all do when McCaffrey get hurt. Just use Eli Mitchell. When Eli Mitchell get hurt, you just bring back Christian McCaffrey.
This is true.
I want to revisit this after the draft because I would feel
yeah, that's what I do
too.
Yeah, it's just fun little talk right here. Since they posted the odds to Super Bowl, I want the draft card, the Lions. They might be sneaky if they can fix that defense. If they can add some more weapons and the receiving core too, they have Williams and St. Brown. They need a tight end, so they need a couple of things.
They had a tight end. They shouldn't have traded Hawkins.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't want to pay him. That's all.
They're gonna win that division, though. They're gonna win that division.
Okay, yeah, Aaron Rodgers.
Definitely
he might not be there next year. There was a rumor out there that the Jets have shown interest in Aaron Rodgers.
Oh no, there ain't no rumors. They showing it's clear as day.
The Brett Favre route.
Trade. So, because remember, Aaron Rodgers is not a free agent, so it have to be via trade. I don't know, he have a no trade clause or what, but
I think he does.
Would he really put them over the hump? You think?
No.
No.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you where he could go. He can put them over the hump. Send him to Oakland.
Yeah.
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Yeah,
man, look. That'll be a great move right
there. I still have a problem with Las Vegas because their
Listen.
defense. They have to fix that linebacker core and that.
Listen to me, man.
If they keep
I heard Warren Sapp say this today. He said this whole idea that defense wins championship. He said no. He said defense will give you a chance to win a championship. This is from one of the all-time great. You better have one of them elite
So
quarterbacks.
what did Baltimore do then?
It's three
different
defenses.
game.
It's three defenses in history.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
was an exception to the rule. 85 Bears, 2001 Ravens, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Everybody else, you better have a quarterback.
Recently, this Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Tom Brady. He had do diddly squad in the Super Bowl. That defense,
he got him there. He got him there.
Mahomes and hand the offensive line.
You not putting.
Yeah, exactly. They put the load down on Mahomes.
You think about the Ravens, the Buccaneers with Sapp, and who was it? 85.
Oh, Brady literally had top 5 defenses every time he went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I'm saying 2001 was that's just crazy, man. Rod Wilson, you had Ray Lewis, you had Peter Boulware, you had Adaius Thomas, you had guys.
So
Michael
what about
Perry,
safe defense?
Like
the game still.
I got a complimentary we can throw in there too, RC. We got to include the Steelers also.
Yeah,
mid 2000
against Arizona. James Harrison came up big. That defense was nasty too.
Arizona defense?
No, Steelers defense. Palomalo and James Harrison.
Palomalo. Yeah. James Ferrier.
Joy Porter, all them cats. My goodness.
They were tough.
Yeah, they were tough. And New Orleans with the legend killer.
Who?
Tracy Porter.
Who you say?
The legend killer, New Orleans.
Oh, shit.
The bounty? You talking about the bounty here?
No, I'm talking about the legend killer.
He don't want to talk about that yet.
Yeah, every team did that.
He don't want to talk about that.
That's fake news, bro. Yeah, is they had to say they had to create some evidence to say we
y'all might
You
not
got
have one in the Super Bowl that year, but y'all definitely had a bounty out on Brett Favre.
I got some.
No, that's called football, Gatwood. That's called football.
Y'all trying to kill Brett Favre, boy.
Man, they were all legal hits, man. All legal hits.
They were tackling him from low and high at the same time.
Yes, they're legal hit back then. That's a legal hit.
I just got some breaking news.
What's that?
Kingsbury interviewing for the Texans OC job. What a humble fall.
How the mighty has fallen.
I wonder what he interviewed for the Baltimore OC job too. If Lamar was to stay.
Listen to me, man. Kingsbury is one hell of an OC. I think a lot of these guys like Eric Bieniemy and Lovie Smith on the defense side know what you're good at. We got a defensive line coach that's out in San Francisco. Kasarik is his name. He always get offered DC job. He turns them down and just stays as a defensive line coach. I think sometimes people confuse promotion. They just be worried about like being promoted and being acknowledged for a great job they did. I'd rather stay somewhere and keep my family there and be really, really good at something than go somewhere like D'Amico's going to get done. D'Amico's going to go to Houston and get fired because you know why?
Well,
you can't win with a defensive head coach in this era of football. Like the San Francisco. Go ahead.
Well, we'll just say they hired Cliff. I think they'll balance it out.
It would, but we know Cliff Kingsbury offense. We don't know what that is. Like he just said, you say he'd hired the Eagles OC. We know what that is. It's a little bit more simpler. I think that's what they run at Mississippi State. They were running with the late great what's his name that just passed away. Mississippi State. Mike Leach. Sorry, Mike Leach.
Yeah.
Coach Leach. He ran an offense. In the SEC, he had to start running the football. Because it's just an offense you throw the ball a lot. And so he had to go away from what he loved to do and start running football more. So, but if that's what you're good at, Kingsbury might go kill it over there as an OC. I don't believe that.
That's the same way with the head coach.
Well, they still got young starting running back. What's that kid name?
Pierce.
The rookie.
Pierce.
Yeah, Pierce. Damian Pierce.
Pearson, I think his name.
Yeah, Damian Pierce.
Damian Pierce, yeah.
They put Bulls at head coach and let's see what happened to them this year.
Right. Dennis Allen.
All right.
Don't need to keep going.
Dennis Allen, like we literally didn't have a quarterback. We literally didn't.
I'm gonna tell you another sneaky good hire. And San Francisco is smart because they're doing this, hiring a black coach and getting those picks when they go get a head coaching job. Because NFL, that's stupid shit I ever seen in my life. Is you gonna give me picks for hiring a black coach? That's just stupid. If you look at the 49ers, they living off that. They living off those picks they get for those coaches. They get the head coaching job. But Steve Wilkes is a good coach and never got a second chance. And now he's finna walk in and be the defensive coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers.
That's y'all defensive coordinator?
That's who our defensive coordinator is.
Right on.
Oh, when did y'all sign him?
Say it again.
When did y'all sign him?
Come on, man. You got to do your homework. I told you.
I ain't seen no breaking news. Where you getting this info from? Kyle,
I'm the radar. It ain't breaking news.
That's smart on Wilkes.
That's not news? Hold on, RC. You're going to have to send me that. I need some proof of that.
Get your phone out. You know your phone out. Look, when I saw it, the first thing I thought about was he'll get a job next year. Robert Saleh got a job. D'Amico got a job. You think Steve Wilkes ain't gonna get a job? Let me tell you who was doing it before the 49ers. Seahawks. Remember Gus Bradley? I think his name Gus Bradley. Then you got Dan Quinn. You got Ken Norton didn't get the job, but they're known. Their coaches get head coaching jobs, man. So, but defensive coordinators don't do well in this era of football. I would have did what the coach did. Watch how much better the coach gonna be. They all got defense. Just need a coach.
They just gotta get quarterback. That's all the coach needs. They just need a quarterback. All right, so
one now.
So the Raiders are expecting to release Derek Carr. Derek Carr came out and said he would veto any trade to any team if the Raiders try to trade him.
That's smart.
You think it's smart?
That's smart.
Yeah. Why give up something where I'm trying to go when I can be released?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you saving them picks. What you say?
I say it was in New Orleans.
Yeah, he's been in New Orleans 3 times already. So I think what's going on, like I said, the Saints lied to the Raiders, like, hey, yeah, we'll trade you some draft picks.
Derek Carr vetoed the trade.
I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. Because you had to get permission from the Raiders, you had to present a trade package before you can speak to Derek Carr. So like, yeah, we show you the trade, and they talk to Derek Carr. Yeah, I got you. Veto the mess out of it. We ain't getting on dilly squad. We keeping all our picks, baby. So that what happened, and I hope that's how I planned out in my head that he did this for the Saints because he stayed 3. He came back for the third time. So we're gonna see. One more thing before we move on. No, that's it. That's all the news. Let me make sure. Yep, that's all the news right now. But did y'all guys know that SFL is coming up?
I think we all should pick a team.
Y'all hold y'all enthusiasm. Like y'all not jumping for joy.
That's like watching minor league baseball.
I think we all should be forced to pick a team. I think each one of us.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. It's the first game is this Saturday.
So wait, when is the XFL? Is it after the USFL?
I think the USFL is in the spring.
The springtime.
Okay. So we get to pick an XFL team, and then we'll pick a USFL team when they start.
Right.
So I don't know any of the teams. You got them listed?
I'm about to. I wish I should have thought of this and just posted the teams on the screen. But I'll read them to you. We have the St. Louis Battlehawks. We have the Seattle Sea Dragons. That sounds like a cool team to root for. We have the Arlington Renegades. Renegade. Y'all know the TikTok, yeah. San Antonio Brahms. I don't even know what that is. I guess it's some type of cow. All right, we have the Houston Roughnecks.
I'll take
Gatwood. That's your.
Yep.
Yeah, I know Gatwood taking to Houston. We have DC Defenders. And we have Vegas Vipers. Then we have Orlando Guardians.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams. 18. Okay. I think I might go with the Vegas Vipers.
Which one closer to Mississippi? Orlando?
Houston.
Guess I'm taking Houston.
Yeah, Houston's only about 7 hours from here.
Yeah, Orlando's 12. What? 11 to 12.
Yeah. And then you got Arlington.
Arlington, yeah.
That's like
Arlington
Dallas.
Dallas is
8.
closer.
Arlington 8 hours, ain't it?
About 7.
I'm either gonna go with the Vipers or the
Well, for
Battle
me.
Hawks.
Bellhawk, that sounds a cool name. That sounds like that
Go
would
with
be
the
cool.
Roughneck.
I definitely don't want to be a roughneck. No team
I
you
bet
go
the
to
Roughnecks.
roughnecks.
Hey, I bet the Roughnecks could beat the Texans.
It sounds like you don't watch. It sounds like you don't wash your neck. That's what it sounds like.
Heads is Battle Hawks, tails is Vipers. That's what we got.
I'm still riding with the Renegade.
Vipers
That
it
sounds like
is.
a cool name.
Vipers it is.
Vipers.
Vipers.
Okay,
Who
okay.
left? Who that Seattle team?
The Sea Dragons.
I'm gonna take that.
Yeah, hey, their logo pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, so we got to get. So Tyler gets the consolation prize.
Tyler can get the Guardians.
Yeah, the
Guardians.
Chocolate City Defenders.
The Browns, San Antonio. Like this is the thing about these teams, man. Like, did they really put any thought in the names? Like,
Yeah, San Antonio. What? I don't even
They
know
got
what's the
three.
Brahms
They didn't put no thought in the Seattle one. We just Seattle Sea
Dragons.
Dragons.
they got three.
Hey, they're probably smoking.
Look at the
Dragons, yeah.
logistics.
You know what? Now that you say that, they should have been named the Seattle Blazers.
Yes,
Right.
guy. Yes, right.
But look at the
Cheapers.
geography. Like Seattle, St.
They're gonna do a
Louis,
lot of flying.
Arlington, San Antonio, Houston,
That's
DC,
the best
Orlando, and Vegas.
So many Texas
I-
teams.
3 Texas teams.
3,
Yeah.
Hey, y'all think they flying Spirit?
maybe.
Yeah. Most
They
definitely.
ride the bus. They ride the bus.
Hey,
Texas teams hitting that
you pull
bus.
up to SFL, but you look it up like, bro.
Bro, listen though. So with 8 teams,
Mm-hmm.
I know you're not splitting them up.
That'd probably be divisions.
Why? Yeah. you
How?
could. I see
4 and
that.
4.
4
Yeah.
and 4 and 2 divisions.
Yeah.
They play each other
AFC,
twice.
NFC.
They'd be better with about 12 teams that could have pulled this off.
What they need to do is the USFL and the XFL merge.
Yes, that's what I was
like
thinking.
I
Literally,
like that. Ooh,
why
I
they
like
just
that.
didn't merge?
Merge.
I mean, you have the Rock.
Yeah.
You have the Rock with his celebrity status. Then you
Yeah.
had the NFL with their thing. I mean, it's a match
Hit
made
his
in heaven.
DM. Hit his DM.
So here's another thing you can do: XFL and USFL. So right now, there's a void in gaming when it comes to football. You can go ahead and make you a football game, put it out, because that's going to create some interest. Because I guarantee it's going to be players that play in the National Football League that couldn't cut the mustard, or you got players coming out different. Not going to get drafted. They can end up in your league, and you can make your league popular. That's what another league has to do. They have to figure out how to pique our interest because
you know that black quarterback for Carolina, I can't think of his name.
PJ Walker.
Yes, he came from the USFL.
It was good in there.
So it'll be like a G League for the NFL.
I like the thought of combining the two. That's a very good idea.
Yeah.
So
They got me intrigued. I don't even like watching it.
You don't want them to compete against each other if you're the XFL and USFL. You don't want to compete against another.
Yeah, that's ratings. Like that's ratings y'all can both have.
So I do have this gripe.
You said some stuff.
I have this gripe with the National Football League. The biggest game of the year last night, and we had Madden commentators. That was trash. I was so bored with Greg Olsen. Like it was just bland. It was bland oatmeal. It was
no
grits with no salt, no butter. It was. When I tell you, it was like going to New Orleans for Mardi Gras and they don't throw no beads. It was bad. And you got to think about this too. The other guy, I don't even know who the hell he is. Who's the other guy that was
I never heard of him.
I was like, I would have told Brady, listen, we done paid you $375. You got to start today. You got to start working today. Working the Super Bowl. If Tony Romo can wing it, you can too. They say Tony Romo don't study nothing.
Well, he don't have to. He pretty smart. They should try to get Peyton off that Manning cast.
Bro,
they paid $20 million a year to do that.
Well, he only doing like what 8 games?
Exactly. What he wants
They
to
need
do.
Hurd-Free Al Michaels. That would have been a better move.
Why did
That
they
would have been
remove
good.
Al Michaels? Like Al Michaels went to Amazon, I believe.
Yeah,
He's
they
still
paying him a grip.
He's still with NBC. He do both.
Okay.
It's about money at the end of the day. It's about money. Like who's paying the most money? That's where these people going. Everybody's gonna get the Super Bowl. Fox
Why
had the
did-
Super Bowl this year.
Why they keep taking NFL players and trying to make them an analyst?
You found a diamond with a few of them. So
Romo's not good. I can impersonate Romo.
I like
God.
Romo.
Oh God!
Romo has some good.
He was better when he first started.
He
literally
literally
good. He breaks down. He called the plays exactly. He called exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, like RC said. I mean, not RC. Flowers said before he was better. Like when he was like predicting the plays, and now he's a big Mahomes guy now. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with that? Well, yeah, cause I hate when I watch the Saints game and they ranting and raving about the other team. Like, hold up, the Saints are playing too. It need to be equal praise.
Romo, you get to the line of scrimmage. Jim Nance has a very subtle voice. It's 3rd and 10. Oh my God, Jim! Oh my God! Are they gonna get it? Are they gonna get it? I'm like, this man.
I don't know. I don't think they got it, Jim. I don't think
they got it. Let's see.
Anybody in particular you like to hear? RC Ben Get anybody in particular y'all like?
I like Jonathan Vilma because he do the South games like he.
Jonathan Vilma.
Yeah.
I gotta put a saint in everything, man.
I like Joe Buck.
I don't like that. Yeah, I don't have a problem with Joe Buck.
To do everything. You want to be the president too? Jonathan Vilma.
I'm just saying that he do most of the games in the South.
Bruh.
I got about 5 or 6. I like.
Jonathan Vilma is right there with Romo and Mark Sanchez. They're 2 something.
You don't like Mark Sanchez?
Mark Sanchez is horrible. He did a lot of 49er games this year, man, and he was giving the play away too. He be giving the play away like so. You know the camera angle we have is the broadcast camera angle, so the side view. So you really can't see when your quarterback drops back. You can't see who he's throwing the ball to. And Sanchez will be like this. You know, Purdy drops back. He's open. It's the guy across the middle. He got killed for me. He just told the world he's open. I mean, we didn't see he was open to like 20 seconds later. But man, I like Gus Johnson is the guy that need to give a chance, man.
Yeah.
The guy that
Boomer's outside.
I think he does college. He does who that?
Boomer.
He does college. Boomer Assassin.
I thought
he ain't coming out of that studio.
He old.
I would love to see Shannon
He
Sharp
used to do games.
Yeah, Boomer used to. Yeah, he used to. Mm-hmm.
I would love to see Shannon and Skip do it to see if they can do it. Now Skip probably couldn't do it when they played
Skip
the Cowboys.
Be tight. He like, oh, I hate that. Oh, he'd be ranting more than calling plays.
Skip's way too biased to do that.
Yeah, Skip way too biased, man. He's like, oh, what a throw by Dak. Like, all right, like I like that, but he be like overdoing it, bro. Like,
but the thing about Jim Nance, Pat Summerall, if y'all can remember him, Al Michaels, Kurt Herbstreit, John Madden, they got that voice. Troy Aikman has it too.
Kevin Hart.
Yep.
I'm gonna be very interested. I want to hear what Brady sounds like over Mike.
I do too.
Like how he handles himself in that booth.
I don't know. He got a really monotone voice. I want to see can he get excited. Like
you might need to put somebody that gets excited with Tom Brady.
Yeah, cause he has a monotone type. Like,
but you know, Madden used to really get excited. He would do his little stuff like boom. You know, he would do his thing. But he
the words he put the words together and made it sound nice. So
Pat Summerall was everything together. Pat Summerall. We'll listen to some of them games.
John Madden make anybody know football by just listening to him. He made people understand.
See, that's why I like announcers that break down the game while going on. Like they tell what formation. They're like, okay, this was going on. Like it's very informational. You know what I'm saying?
Like that game last night was played on mute. There were guys talking, but you really was like watching it. You was like,
yeah. To be honest, I didn't hear him at one point. I forgot there was announcers in the game.
I heard Greg Olsen at the end when he was like, I wouldn't have called. I would have made that call.
Yeah.
He said, let the players decide it. I heard that. And then I cut him
that's
back
the only
off.
part I remember from him. It was very unmemorable for sure.
Yeah.
So this is the key off-season dates. So write these down. I gotta figure out what we're gonna do when we're gonna do our top 10. We might do our top 10 quarterback at the end of the season this Friday. So y'all make sure y'all do your homework because some of y'all be stepping wrong.
Listen, man, Dak gonna be where he's supposed to be at on my list. You gotta worry about it. It's easy to put Dak. I would do. As a matter of fact, I did pull this up if we move on because I did my homework for you on Dak's interceptions. That's a lot of them, brother. He got 65 in 6 years, so I know that much.
How many touchdowns?
Prescott.
How many touchdowns?
See, the thing about
he's over 50% though. He over 50%. That's for sure.
They messing Dakota up because they taking away his OC. So Dakota
he had freaking Jason Garrett.
He had a year where he had 15, 10, 11, 13, 8. He had a real good year, his rookie year, 23, and he was 23 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He was 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions 1 year, 22 and 8, 22, 13. So, but his peak year that got him paid was that freaking 37 touchdowns to 10 interception ratio. Like, I think with Dak, he also had Amari Cooper. You got to give him more. You can't just give him CeeDee Lamb and some developmental credit.
Noah Brown and T.Y. Hilton, they just picked up from the bus station.
But my thing is, let him play the way he wants to play. Go in the office with him, sit him down and say, look, saw what Jalen, and you saw what Mahomes does. What do you like to do, Dak? Because when the quarterback is playing, when he's comfortable in the system, put up some good numbers.
Okay, yeah. He does. That's why I said when they wanna pay him. I was like, man, send him to New Orleans. We'll pay him. But the key off-season dates to remember: February 21st to March the 7th, franchise tag window. So that's coming up soon. February 28th to March 6th is NFL Combine. That's where my eyes are gonna be at. March the 13th through the 15th. That's the legal tampering period of free agency opens. So there's gonna be a lot of breaking news through that. March the 15th, New Year League opens. Then April 17th, OTAs. April 27th through the 29th, NFL Draft. May the 1st is 5th-year option deadline. Now that's gonna be that day gonna be jumping too.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good day right there to see.
There's gonna be a lot of pissed off players. A lot. Mid-May,
you're gonna have a
schedule release.
You're gonna have a lot of guys. They call them a lot of veterans get cut, man. It's a lot of dudes on the chopping block. Like, so you're gonna see a lot of movement. Like
Keenan Allen.
We need a book in.
He's gone.
Which is dumb.
Y'all gonna have one, Ben.
Why would they let
Keenan
go Keenan Allen?
Cowboys need to pick up Keenan Allen. Now that would be a good pickup for them.
That's gonna hurt Herbert.
Ben, y'all gonna have one. Y'all gonna have
the Saints Keenan Allen? Oh, Michael Thomas gonna get cut.
Cam Jordan. Watch.
Cam Jordan. Ooh.
Yeah,
Cam Jordan.
Yeah, I'll cut him now. I want to.
You cut?
Why?
Yeah, I'll cut him now. Because it was at some point. Well, I'll say with Cameron Jordan, it was a period last year where he didn't get a sack to like week 9 or 10. It was crazy. So he's good at stopping the run, but he's old. He's getting older, and eventually,
y'all issue is you paying. This is where all your money going. You paying Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, and I think it's who else?
Taysom Hill.
You still on the Drew's contract?
No, Taysom Hill's not that much.
I think they finally.
We finally got Drew. We finally got Drew off the books.
So my thing is this: you mess around and got rid of the guy that's with the Bengals that wears the no gloves. What's his name?
Hendrickson.
Trey Henderson.
He was the guy that you could have replaced Cameron Jordan with. Like he was up young and he was coming up. I would love watching him play for the Saints. But you can't lose Cameron Jordan right now. You got to give him his money. Because you lose Cameron Jordan right now, and Demario Davis is a free agent too, you'll be in trouble.
I feel like a lot of people gonna get cut off the defense side of the ball for the Saints. Like Oyamada, he's probably gonna be out of there. Cause we had some young linebackers step up, so Demario Davis might be gone.
Well, we need a bookend on the other side of Bosa, man. Cam Jordan will fit. Oh, that would be pretty. Put Cam on this side, Bosa on this side.
There you go. There you go.
Let's get richer, baby.
Man.
All right.
He's from out there too.
We gotta pay Bosa.
Arizona. He's from Arizona. Yeah. Gotta pay Bosa. That's right.
Gotta pay Bosa. Bosa wants some tickets.
That's the dates. I guess y'all want to do a Friday. We do our top 10 the year, top 10 quarterbacks.
I guess I can slide together.
It's gonna be hard for me to do. It's gonna be hard for me to do a top 10 this year. I'm gonna wing it because
then this is gonna be the end of the season. I think we're gonna do the end of season top 10. Then I think after the draft we would do our regular top 10.
Okay. So end of the season.
They'll get time for teams to move people like quarterbacks. If Aaron Rodgers goes to the Raiders or something, just anything crazy happen.
Right.
So they'll get time things shake up.
Where Gino be on your top 10, bro?
He's not. I can tell you right now, y'all not gonna see Gino.
I knew you would.
I got a better one.
I'll put Trevor in there before I put Gino.
What about Jared Goff?
What
about Jared Goff?
That's my guy.
He might be 10B. I might give my 10 spot to Trevor.
10B.
I don't just say Trevor for last.
Bro, listen. Jared Goff is one of the most disrespected quarterbacks in National Football League history. He done been to the Super Bowl, and he was he didn't win it, but he was blamed for what the Rams didn't do when it wasn't his fault. But it was probably about they lost to the Giants away from making the playoffs with the Detroit Lions. That's impressive, man. I'm telling you, he disrespected, man.
I'm taking Jared Goff over Dak any day.
Yep. 2 days. 2 days on Sunday. Ooh. Look, he can play for 2 days. He can go play for Detroit and then gonna play for me.
There's no way you just said that.
If I'd have had Jared Goff this year at San Francisco, a healthy Jared Goff with my offense, we're going to Super Bowl. Jared Goff get that ball down the field, man.
He's just a blunt-haired Jimmy G that can throw it. That's it.
No, bro. He's
liable to turn over. There was some games where that offense was non-existent. They was just like Jared Goff was looking like I see why the Rams dumped you for Stafford.
You look at what Detroit finished on offense because they were up there. They were averaging early in the year, like
they were throwing, they were playing from behind a lot of times.
Definitely a top 10 offense.
So who was the number one receiver? Who was the number one receiver?
St. Brown. Don't disrespect St. Brown.
Okay, you put Jared Goff on the Cowboys. I bet the Cowboys get further.
Nah, that's a negative.
He ain't turned the ball over like that.
I think they do.
But Jared Goff do turn the ball over. Look, why you think Sean McVay got rid of him? Sean McVay said, I can't open up the playbook.
He only turned the ball over against the 49ers.
Why y'all defending Jared Goff?
Okay, put Jared Goff back on the Super Bowl team the Rams won with. Right. He would have won it too.
I don't think they would have won it.
Stafford. You can't lie and say Dak didn't choke. Dak choked in the playoffs this year. You can't lie and say he didn't.
How many points did Jared Goff put up in the playoffs, in the Super Bowl?
Listen to this. This year, Jared Goff threw for 4,000. He threw for 4,400 yards, 29 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. With who?
Line, bro.
Don't give me no St. Brown. That dude's developing.
St. Brown came out of the woods and became.
He almost threw for 5,000 yards.
All right.
With no
I want you to do some research, RC. Go look at them games and see what the score of those games. They were behind. They were freaking behind. So that defense was lax. That defense wasn't. They were playing a lot of zone, a lot of prevent. They weren't worrying about a lot of them games. It was not like that.
Listen to me. Listen to me when I tell you this. Jared Goff threw for 4,000 yards. 1, 2, 3, 4 times in his career.
Yeah, I
Come
bet.
on. But you got 4,400 yards this year is more impressive than any. This is the best year because St. Brown is developing. They don't really have a number one guy yet. And then also the Detroit Lions, man. It's bad juju all over that man's
RC, riddle me this. Riddle me this. If he's this good, why did Sean McVay turn him loose?
He was impatient. That's why Sean McVay turned him loose. He was too impatient.
They were win now.
He won a Super Bowl. I mean, how can you be impatient? He won a Super Bowl.
It wasn't his fault. He had to be a part of the trade. That's the only way you can get Matthew
Stafford.
His first time in the Super Bowl. What was that score? Like 13-3?
6-3,
like
9-6, 9-3.
I mean, come on now. Like the game was low scoring.
But I'm saying, exactly. You tell me Jared Goff couldn't put together something to score a touchdown.
He had a washed up Todd Gurley. Then Cooper Kupp was young and emerging.
Yeah.
Robert Woods was young and emerging. He didn't really have nothing.
Man. Come on. I don't give a care the young
Bill Belichick took Todd Gurley away, and that was the game right there.
Oh, didn't they have Brandon Cooks too?
No.
He got knocked out the game.
Was he on that team?
Look, that man got a stat team, and he still couldn't put up points.
Brandon Cooks got knocked out the game. What are you talking about? He got knocked out the game.
He still got Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods.
It's not a stack team. It's not a stack
Bill
team.
Belichick outcoached Sean McVay that game. McVay will tell you that. He'll tell you that.
And his quarterback got outplayed that game.
And the team got outcoached. Don't just put that on that man. McVay had a hand to play with that.
Golf
runs the plays McVay called. That's all I'm gonna say.
So y'all like Jared Goff, y'all like Geno.
No, we like you.
You're like Purdy.
Like that. 17 interceptions.
Dak Prescott won't win a Super Bowl. He'll never win a Super Bowl.
Jared Goff got to a Super Bowl.
How many Super Bowls did Watson have?
Jared Goff got to an NFC championship.
That doesn't even compare.
What you say, Flowers?
Right.
Deshaun Watson got to the second round.
I mean, second, that don't count for anything. He ain't bringing home no hardware.
Has Dak? I mean, I'm just saying.
Let me tell you about Drew
that's
Brees.
true. Dak haven't either.
Hold on. Let me tell you about Drew Brees. See, this is why I got to get you.
Hold on. Let me stop you right there. Before you keep going. What does this have to do with Drew Brees? Like you just now you just trying to be petty.
I'm just trying to show you. I'm just trying to explain to you what you have. I'm diagnosing you because right now you're used to seeing quarterbacks throw for 5,000 yards, 34 touchdowns, and have like 17 interceptions. But then he'll have 10 interceptions. Get to the playoffs and do diddly poo. You remember that name? That's a Saints word for you. Diddly poo. That's Jim Moore. Diddly poo. He does nothing in the playoffs. So you got PTSD. You see John Stockton and Karl Malone in the regular season. Then you get to the playoff. It's like this dive. So your idea of great quarterback play is a regular season deal. I seen Jared Goff in the playoffs come into New Orleans, and what you couldn't do in overtime, he did. He went down and scored. So that's still great. It's because Jared Goff.
Refs got to make that call, right? We can't complain. You talk about the 49ers versus Chiefs, how they didn't make a call.
Hold on. RC's 100% right. What RC just said explained you because you put Herbert ahead of Hurts.
Yeah.
That explains you.
If Herbert literally
put Herbert ahead of Hurts.
Hold on. If you put her on the Eagles, are they making the playoffs?
If was a fifth, you know the
who?
I'm just saying though. I'm saying what have Hurts had? He had injured Keenan Allen. He had this year. Mike Williams was hurt. Eckler was hurt
Herbert
last year.
He's talking about Herbert.
Herbert. So Eckler was hurt last year, I believe. No, the year before that.
I don't think you can put Jalen Hurts anywhere. He has to be in Philadelphia. Let's get that right. I don't think he's a good leader, but I think he has to be with a coach that caters to what he do. He's not in that top tier quarterback where you can put him anywhere. Like you can put Mahomes anywhere.
I feel like Herbert can be
Dallas. They win the Super Bowl. Everybody agree?
If you put
Mahomes in Dallas right now,
Mahomes,
you could put him. You could have took Mahomes and placed him in Indianapolis because the defense firing all cylinders.
That's Mahomes.
In New York, okay, you can't do that with Jalen Hurts. You can do that with Justin Herbert, probably too. Joe Burrow, you definitely can do that. Deshaun Watson, you can do that. I guarantee you took Deshaun Watson, put him in Philadelphia this year with them weapons and that defense on the other side. Deshaun's in the Super Bowl, same position.
He might be still be thrown into the dirt. Who knows?
No, bro.
Ben,
no.
you're a hater, bro. Bro, you are a hater.
No,
I
bro.
don't understand.
Hey, well, I watched the Saints game. He was thrown into the dirt, into the corners.
Bro, 2 years.
But my
out, bro,
point
he
is
played 2 years.
this, Ben. When we talk about Purdy, Geno, we talk about guys who taking the next step. You criticize
how they taking to the next step though?
there are because
You're not allowing them to.
Have y'all ever heard of one-hit wonders? This is Geno, literally a one-hit wonder.
What? Man, you crazy, man.
Name his other years. Name his other hits.
Geno
his only
clipboard.
Geno was a number 1 pick. He was a top 10 pick.
Water cooler.
But hold on, it goes back to what I was saying earlier.
That's his top hits.
Look, the coach in Seattle is playing to his strengths. It goes back to my point. We always look at Ryan Leaf, we look at Brady Quinn, we look at all these guys that came in as busts, but the coaches wasn't catering to what they do well. Like, we don't know how good these guys would have been if they were given a chance. And I keep saying Tim Tebow because I saw a small sample size, and I'm not a big Tebow fan, but I saw a small sample size of Tebow in Denver beat a real good Pittsburgh Steelers defense. And people saying, well, it's just a slant. You got to throw it on the highest level, brother. Okay? But if you just cater to what he do, he could be special. Now, let me ask you this. You criticize, you got on my tail about Trey Lance. He don't have enough experience. He can't do this. And Purdy does what you was asking Trey Lance to do. Purdy did it, and you still didn't give me no credit.
I can't win with you. Than Trey Lance.
I can't win. How can I win with you,
Trey Lance? He's more developed than Trey Lance. So yeah, I mean, he just can't mess up.
He was Mr. Irrelevant. How's he more developed?
Tom Brady was drafted in the 6th round. What you mean? Like, okay.
I'm saying, how can you say Brock Purdy's more like advanced than Trey Lance?
Easy.
Like, he was the last pick
Listen,
He
to these
played
numbers,
a lot more football. He played a lot more football than Lance.
This quarterback threw for almost 5,000 yards, had a 33-7 touchdown year in 2020. You know who that quarterback is? Deshaun Watson. And you know he had not one weapon.
What's this year?
He didn't have one weapon.
That's when
he had no one. What? Come
that
on,
was the
bro.
Cook year. We didn't have D-Hop that year. That's when he had Brandon Cooks.
In 2020?
Okay, Brandon Cooks no one receiver for New Orleans. Like, what you mean?
That's when we had David Johnson. 2020 is when we had David Johnson, not DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay, what he's doing now? He ain't doing nothing now.
Bro, he just came back, dude. Give him some time, man.
Give him some time. Give him some time.
He came into the league.
He had plenty of time in them shops. But you see, he chose
already 3-7.
He chose not to. He chose not to develop himself.
This man here, look, I'm gonna tell you who Ben was. Ben was the guy at every Kobe Bryant game reminding him of the rape charge. Kobe getting ready to shoot the ball. Hey, Kobe, remember? Kobe like, bro, you at every game, bro. How did you get to do this? I'm just saying, like
I don't know how y'all gauge our quarterbacks, because I feel like y'all root for guys too much when y'all just like you're like, oh yeah, we want him to succeed, but I'm just saying I don't see him seeing.
You don't give people a chance. You don't give people a chance to progress.
Yeah, remember always talk about
enough.
Ben. You know how you always talk about us with recent bias. What about Deshaun Watson? That's not recent. Okay, he ain't played in 2 years, bro. Give him some time.
Skip Bayless.
I mean, you just don't forget if you a top quarterback, you just don't forget how to play. So what he was doing the whole time?
He came in.
Don't even answer that question. Don't even answer that question. What he was doing the whole time. Don't even answer that. We already know what he was doing the whole time. He didn't take time to practice or do anything else.
Bro, I can't believe you saying this. You saying this. This is live. You actually like it's all allegations, bro. We don't have any. There is not one. I wouldn't say
it has mine in the playbook, man. That's all I gotta say.
We know for sure what really happened with Deshaun Watson, but you take a year off from your profession, you're gonna be trash when you come back, bro. Michael Jordan looked bad
2 years.
45.
Yes.
Michael was on a year and a half, 2 years, and came back. He looked horrible.
Mike, he didn't look that bad.
He looked bad.
He was small. He had gained weight back. He was out of shape.
We're gonna see with Watson.
He's on a whole new system.
So what happened if Watson do bad this year? What's going to happen?
He's not going to.
He's not.
He's going to be good.
If he does,
bro, he's got the X factor. Ben, he's got the it factor. If you don't see that, then I don't even know what to tell you, bro.
But in Ben's defense, Ben is finna go through a hard period in football. Like it's all because it's something called karma. He gives everybody flack, and New Orleans is teetering. Look, there's a line between us. They just have 4 different. If Ben, he's walking that line that y'all see. That's Ben's. That's the Saints. They finna come off the cliff because if they don't get a quarterback, they re-sign a defensive-minded head coach. They're in that, and they got all these free agents. Ben is just bitter. He's just bitter, man. We're going to have to hug him.
Bitter, no.
It's just
Bitter about. I like football. I just like watching football.
No, Ben's team can win the Super Bowl 3 years in a row. He's still gonna be a hater. He's just a hater.
If I call it like I see it. So
How
I'm acting like a scout. I'm acting like a scout. Don't make me a hater,
bro. You're Ray Charles.
So you Ray Charles.
My quarterback. Look, my guy that I picked from coming out the draft, Hurts. I said he gonna be that dude, and where he at now? Super Bowl. How many of your guys? You saying
how do you see a good quarter? How do you see qualities in Dak Prescott and not see those qualities in Deshaun Watson?
Because Dak had a setback, like that injury. I think it's still in his head, and that's something
he's 2 years. He's 2 years removed from that.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It's in your head.
How you had an injury? No, it's not.
You don't got the it factor.
So
Dak don't have no it factor.
So take out the allegations. Watch this, y'all. Take the allegations out. You starting the football team. You got Deshaun Watson, Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott. Who you taking?
Well, you know who he gonna take.
I hear Jeopardy music. I hear Jeopardy music.
Probably Sean.
Listen, Dak ain't even get picked.
He didn't get picked.
I mean, you say without the allegations,
who you taking?
If he stay on the right track, then yeah, Deshaun. But he's not on the right track.
How? How's he not on the right track now?
Have you not seen this season? Like, this dude look terrible.
Ben, you have to give it a pass. But if he's terrible next year,
I'm grading it
every
right
to
now. I can't give somebody a pass if I'm grading it right
he
now.
Hasn't
like
played a full speed game of football in 2 years.
I can't give him a pass. I'm grading what I'm seeing. He turned in the test, and I'm grading it. Okay, then once I see improvement, then I make another reassessment. I was like, okay, he's showing the best. But right now, I'm looking at what I'm seeing.
You graded the test that somebody turned in with no answers on it. We knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah, that sounds like something he would do. But
I can't wait to see your top 10 list, though. I'm intrigued because
it's the end of the season.
When I see your top 10 list for the end of the season, or the end of the season and the one for the going into next season, then it'll make me better understand your logic.
I mean,
quarterback, you're not going to get past. When you get to 5, you're done.
So hold on, let me. So you don't understand my logic.
4 or 5, you're done because you're not giving a chance.
So you don't understand my logic, Kai.
You're not a chance giver. You're not.
You don't understand my logic, Kai. I don't believe in Geno. I don't believe in Jared Goff.
No,
I don't believe in.
It's a little biased, though. Your logic's biased because you put Jameis in the top 10 last year, bro.
Yeah, that was my guy. I got to gas him up.
How the hell was Jameis so gotten? He been doing the same stuff for the last 2 years.
I thought he spoke well. I was going off what he was saying. Peyton had him. Then all of a sudden he revert back to the old wisdom.
He had him for 1 year. What was he gonna learn? How you can't? They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's what they say.
Well, I see that now. That's why Winston never to be spoke of again.
It's Winston, Mariota, and Dalton.
But Mariota,
them guys especially Mariota.
Mariota.
Boy, you had him.
I mean, he did not beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs with no receivers. Name Mariota best receivers. Name his Kenny Britt.
But listen, hold on. Do y'all know that Mariota is never mentioned as a bust in the National Football League?
That is
because
weird.
You never hear the word bust.
He won playoff games. He won playoff games.
Did he?
Yes, he beat Patrick Mahomes.
Games though?
He won like
two.
No, it wasn't. That was Mariota. I mean, he threw the pass and got deflected. He caught it and he scored.
He threw a pass and it got deflected.
Yeah, okay, he was the first quarterback.
Yeah. Wasn't that Patrick Mahomes' first year?
It doesn't matter.
He didn't play his rookie year. Mahomes
Thank
didn't
you.
play. I think that was the Alex Smith year. The Alex
Yeah.
Smith.
Yeah,
Yes.
man.
Yeah,
Listen,
so he
listen to
won
me,
the
man.
game. But how can he
Listen
be
to
the
me.
bus if they had a
Quit
winning
moving
record?
the goalposts, man. Quit moving the goalposts.
No.
You can't tell. Marcus Mariota is the equivalent of what maybe Tua might be. If Tua don't get this injury stuff together, we're gonna look at Tua's career and say what could have been. Marcus
ain't that high
Mariota
on
is one of
Tua,
those
though.
quarterbacks. If you put Marcus Mariota right now in Philadelphia and you say run that offense Jalen Hurts running, the problem Mariota's gonna have that Jalen does, Mariota's gonna turn the ball over. See, what makes Jalen look really good is Jalen take care of the football, and he is a great leader. And also, he's strong, man. He bench press 600 pounds. Like, he getting pushed over the line, but he pushing over the line too. So your quarterbacks turn the ball over. All of
Yeah,
them.
you can still win
Think about
games with quarterback turn the ball over. But I'd rather not my quarterbacks turn the ball over.
Yours do. Them the ones you pick, they turn it over.
Oh,
There's one exception.
so
There's one
Hurts
exception to
don't
what he's
turn the
saying.
ball over, huh?
Okay, that's your one exception right there.
One exception
Okay,
is
well-
Stafford winning it last year, but that's an exception just because their team was so stacked.
Patrick known to turn the ball over. He still wins.
I don't know. You don't know him as a player that turns the ball over a lot.
He does. I've seen some games where you like.
Especially Mahomes ever throw him 10 interceptions in the season.
Hey, that's close.
10 or 11. That's a bad
Ooh, that's close. That's some games he had three.
Okay,
three
you can throw 10, but did you do it in multiple seasons? Is it a
I
is it
won't
a
say
consistent
multiple
thing
seasons,
like
but
that?
that's what I'm saying. But
He
that
He's gonna throw 40.
He had 12 this year, 13 last year,
he
6, 5, 12, 1. He had a year where the hell he didn't play. Okay, so 3 years he thrown more than 10. So he does turn it over.
He's still
he turned. He
don't
turned the
throw
ball.
40,
He take
though.
chances. He's a
You're gonna
gunslinger.
He's
take
throwing the ball way more than that.
You're gonna take
Yeah.
the 4-to-1 ratio any day. 4 touchdowns and 1
And,
interception
and,
ratio.
and he's thrown for no less than 48. He's thrown for 5,000 yards twice and 4,000 yards, 4,800 3 times. So he's throwing the ball to infinity and beyond. He letting that thing fly. Your guy, Dak, he's throwing a 10-yard. Listen, bro, his interceptions, they don't be down the field, man. It ain't a punt. It's like he threw it right to the linebacker. He threw it right to my linebacker. My linebacker just didn't catch it.
The guy didn't run the right route.
It's like
he didn't come
back
for it.
You know what your boy
Well,
Jalen do that Dak doesn't do?
He don't turn the ball.
Jalen had 4 throwaways yesterday. Just threw the ball out of bounds because it wasn't there. I don't see Dak doing that.
But all right. So y'all always talking about the scheme. But let's be real.
That is the problem.
How many of y'all would actually put Jason Garrett, let Jason Garrett call y'all plays?
Jason Garrett was awesome
right now.
He was awesome with Romo. He had success with that.
Come on, clapping everything. He just be clapping.
But he had success though.
Success because how the teams are built, man. Like y'all, that's terrible. Y'all think Jason Garrett's good?
Jason Garrett was scared to run the ball.
Bro, that's 2 years ago, bro. We're talking about right now.
I'm just saying that's who Dak. That's the genius behind Dak. Jason Garrett.
He ain't throwing those picks though.
He didn't throw them picks with Garrett like that. So what's your point?
So what's Kyler Murray? So is Kyler Murray play is Cliff's fault or Kyler's fault?
Okay, once you hear Kyler Murray's stats, you'll be surprised.
So whose fault is it though?
Okay, Ben. So tell me what gets Cowboys over the hump then?
Definitely more receivers. They got boost. They got that O line trash. That O line's not as great as it used to be.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna get Cowboys over the hump. I'm gonna say this, and I don't mean any disrespect to Jerry Jones. I want Jerry Jones to live another 20 years. But they got the same issue the Raiders have. They have an owner who stripped Jimmy Johnson, of his abilities to be able to coach and do what a coach does. See, tell me another team in the National Football League when you lose, your owner's on the field talking. Win or lose. He's down there like he did something. Why are you down here, Jerry? So it ain't. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than Mike McCarthy. You have a figurehead who don't know how to get out the way and let his guys. That's why Jimmy Johnson got out of there, man. They ain't had a coach sick because that guy just want to be in the way. So there you have it. And then he overpaid Dak Prescott's of the world. He overpaid them. Players that don't produce.
So this Friday, we're gonna have our top 10 lists. I already know how y'all stepping, so I ain't gonna be surprised not one bit.
Bro, after you get past 5, you're not gonna put nobody else because you don't believe in nobody else.
He said, "I don't believe in nobody else." Man, what are you talking about?
What Purdy gonna be on your list? 10B?
He might be. I had to compare. I had to think about it.
You gonna have to fill in them spots, bro. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Like I say, I know Trevor Lawrence gonna make it, even though
I got a better idea.
Mm-hmm.
How about we just rate the playoff quarterbacks?
The playoff quarterbacks?
I'm down.
Because that's gonna be your top 10 anyway.
Yep.
So that's 14 teams.
Yeah,
14 teams.
Daniel Jones.
He doesn't have to make top 10. He doesn't have to make the top 10 though.
I don't know. I'd just rather do the 10 quarterbacks.
You got 7 teams on each side, so those are the 7 best teams in the NFC, the 7 best teams in the AFC.
I feel like Trevor Lawrence is better than Purdy, and that means Purdy being.
He doesn't have to. But it's 14 teams, and it's 10. It's 10. It's the top 10 out of 14.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers didn't make it.
Okay, he don't got to make the list. I mean, but he still can make the top 10.
Yeah, I agree. Because listen, it's common knowledge Aaron Rodgers is gonna be in your top 5. You're crazy if you're not in the top 5. I mean, he going to my top 5. I mean, as far as just Brady, we still get to put Brady in this, right? We count Brady.
No,
yeah, I guess so.
He turned his
Brady in there.
I don't know. It's the end of the season list. I don't know.
Final rankings.
Okay, final rankings. Let's do that.
So we're gonna do the top 10 based off of just this year.
Yes.
Okay.
But like I said, when the regular season start, now we rating them into going to the next season. Like Purdy might not even be in the top 10 because
he's hurt.
He might. You don't know if he's gonna do well or he's gonna be playing or he's gonna be starting. So he might not even be in the top 10. It might be a whole new top 10. That's what I'm saying.
So we're not going to include Rodgers in them? Is it just playoff teams?
No, let's do final season.
I think
rankings.
final 10
after Super Bowl. After Super Bowl, final season rankings.
Okay.
So Aaron Rodgers and anybody can be included.
Yeah. So go ahead and throw Russell Wilson in y'all top 10.
I ain't putting Deshaun in. I mean, I'm not going to put Deshaun in my top 10 because he didn't.
Of course not.
He only played like 6 games. He only played like 6 games.
Yeah, that's why I bought Purdy. I don't know. He's gonna make my top 10. He only played like 8 games, 9 games.
It's a little different. Though. He made a run.
I'll save it. All right. Is there anything else y'all want to bring up for in the pod?
Oh man, that's good.
I'm rooting for you, Brock. I'm rooting for you, Brock, man. I hope you do really well.
I'm playing with house money. Somebody gonna come out of there and play quarterback, man. Like I believe in competition. You got 2 that's young and up and coming like that. Either one of them gonna, because somebody getting traded. If the other one that lose eventually probably gonna be out of there.
Trey Lance.
Yeah, somebody's hit that door.
If I had to place a bet on which quarterback getting out of there, it's gonna be Trey.
Mm-hmm. He got all the measurables too. He gonna
have to develop. He gonna have to sit behind somebody and develop.
There's rumors of Trey Lance going to the Texans with D'Amico.
I mean,
please let that happen.
He said, "Please get that first round pick.
Give me a pick. Give me some picks back."
Hey, if Bill O'Brien was there, he'd give y'all 2 first-round picks.
Yep.
Sure know who it is. Hey, he's back in New England, right?
Yeah, he's the OC in New England.
He is.
So,
really?
Yep.
He gonna get that job. When Bill gets out of there, he gonna walk in. That's gonna be his job. I can see that.
God. That dude's lucked into so much. He's trash, bro. I can't. He's probably my least favorite player, or my least in the NFL. Like he's in the bottom of my list, man. I can't stand that. I'm not gonna say hate because I don't hate nobody, but he ruined NFL for me, man, for a while.
Yeah,
Yep, I got a couple players that did that to me. All right, guys. Thank y'all for joining the show. Like I said, y'all want to tune in Friday for the end of the year, end of season top 10 list. It's gonna be wild and crazy. So it's gonna be a lot of debating going on. I already know. It's really gonna be 4 against 1. That's how it usually goes because I'm the mastermind and the QBs and the QB guru. So they usually want to go against the grain. But anyway. All right, guys. We are out of here. We'll catch y'all Friday at 8 p.m.
Peace.
Tune in, baby. Tune in.